I'm still afraid that saying this is enough for now is going to make me somehow unlovable or unsafe. And then I get afraid that if I pause, someone else will fill the space and try to take control once again. This is not a goodbye. This is just a recalibration. And I want to tell you why I'm doing this. Why does abuse survivors continue to overfunction after they leave an abusive relationship? Well, today I'm going to take a turn and talk about why I'm continuing to overfunction despite being out of that relationship for 6 years, and what I need to do about it in order for me to be healing better. This is not going to be your normal episode that you've come to expect. Would you believe I have been producing Breaking Free from Narcissistic Abuse podcast for 3 years now? And I've decided to take a summer pause through June, July, and early August. I want you to know, though, this is not a goodbye. This is just a recalibration. And I want to tell you why I'm doing this. When you've survived abuse, you've learned that you need to overfunction. Abuse teaches us to ignore our bodies, to make other people's comfort our priorities, to live in constant anticipation of criticism or abandonment, to value output over our well-being, and to work ourselves into exhaustion and still end up feeling like we're being left behind. It tells us that we can only rest once we've earned it. But the problem is, you're never going to earn it, because there's never enough. You're never good enough. You never do enough. You're never perfect enough. And even though you get out of abuse, that mindset of not being enough just doesn't go away because the relationship has ended. For a lot of us, it becomes how we operate in everyday life. And it's been showing up in my life too. This is how I've been seeing it in me. I've been skipping meals, struggling to fit in exercise, struggling to fall asleep and shut my brain off at night to get rest. I often work through the weekends with this kind of restless, driven energy. You know what I'm talking about, where it's hard to focus, you struggle even to read. I often feel too burned out to connect with people here in Austin, even though I've moved here 6 years ago. And despite being in my new home since last fall, I still haven't met my new neighbors. And I find myself questioning the value of my work and feeling ashamed even about promoting what I've built to help others. I know that probably shocks you, how hard it is for me to market because of this chronic imposter syndrome that I'm battling. And as a high-masking autistic adult, I'm constantly navigating the pressures to blend in socially on top of everything else. And at the root of it all, I'm still afraid that saying this is enough for now is going to make me somehow unlovable or unsafe. And then I get afraid that if I pause, someone else will fill the space and try to take control once again, leaving me feeling in danger and out of control. That's the danger of overfunctioning, because it keeps the door cracked for further abuse. Because when we don't protect our time, energy, or voice, then no one else is going to either. Or they're going to take advantage of the fact that there's this gap that we're leaving open because of our inability to step into that space. So this pause that I'm taking this summer really matters, because I'm not just calibrating the podcast, I'm reclaiming some space in my own heart and in my nervous system. So I want to ask you some things to think about whether or not this may be a time for you to pause as well. So here are some signs that you might want to watch out for that you're in post-abuse hyperdrive. Do you feel guilty anytime you're resting? Do you preemptively shape yourself into some contortion to prevent upsetting other people? Have you lost touch with your emotional or physical state? Do you rarely celebrate your own work and often feel ashamed for even wanting to? Do you feel a low-grade panic as if you're not being productive enough? If any of this sounds like you, I want to invite you to pause with me this summer, not to disappear, but just to recenter. So what should you expect while I'm away? First of all, in some ways I will be away, in other ways I won't. I won't be publishing new podcast episodes or podcast extra episodes until August 18th, but I'm not going anywhere. So here's what you can expect. I still will be going live each week on YouTube on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're a channel subscriber at YouTube, you'll get priority for questions. I also will continue to publish the Substack newsletter, only without the podcast extra interviews that it typically includes. But I want to be a little more involved by utilizing the notes and chat portion of Substack in order to give you some reflections and behind-the-scene insights. If you've subscribed on Coffee, I would really love you to move over to Substack. And if you do, I'll give you 3 months complimentary premium membership as a gift from me to say thank you for doing that. Just please email me at hello@Kerry McAvoy PhD. After canceling your coffee subscription, let me know you're moving to Substack, and I'll send you a complimentary 3-month membership. I will also, for those of you who are my paid subscribers, whether it's on Substack, Coffee, or YouTube, you're invited to a live Q&A event in July 9th to be exact, at 5 p.m. This is for all active subscribers, and it's going to be an Ask Me Anything kind of experience. In fact, I'm going to include the link for you to sign up if you're a subscriber on YouTube, Coffee, or Substack. And I'm also launching a huge free gift to everybody. It's a free course and handout called Toxic or Troubled, and I'll be telling you more about that in the subsequent weeks on Substack. So watch out for more information being released about how to access that, how to take advantage of this free mini course that I'm offering you. And if you continue to stay as a paid subscriber through August and go through this period of time with me, I'm going to give you a special gift as my thank you. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're just going to get it in August. For anybody who's still active as a paid subscriber on YouTube, Coffee, or Substack, you'll get this gift. When I return on August 18th, I want you to know that I'm also doing some exciting things. One is that I'm launching a brand new segment called Fan Mail, where I'm taking your questions that you ask either by text on Buzzsprout, because I know many of you say, is this a live line? No, it's not. But I see your questions, and I've now started answering your questions. So that's going to be a new segment that's going to be live on Tuesdays alongside of the podcast episode that will continue to be on Monday. And the normal podcast has an amazing guest lineup that you're not going to want to miss. It includes Dr. Les Carter. He's coming back for the 3rd time. I'm so thrilled. Bill Eddy has agreed to come back. I'm also going to be interviewing Dr. Robin Stern for more about gaslighting, and Dr. Nadine Macaluso has agreed to come back as well to talk more about trauma bonds. So I've got an incredible lineup for this fall that you're not going to want to miss. And we're going to take these conversations even deeper and richer around your real life questions. In the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. Please don't stop communicating with me. You can leave a message on the text, which, by the way, I want to say again, is not a live line. I can't respond to it except when I respond like this or some other format, but I can't directly interact with you. On the Buzzsprout, whenever you see leave me a text on the audio podcast, that is not a live line. But I do take those comments and questions seriously, and I'll be answering them on the upcoming new segment called Fan Mail. But I'd love to hear from you, whether you leave a comment, whether you email me, DM me on Instagram or on TikTok. I'd love to know, what is it that you're struggling with most right now? What is still unclear or haunting you? Who would you like to see me interview? What kind of support do you need that you're not finding anywhere else? Please remember, you can reach me on YouTube comments, on social media, which includes TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as Substack, or by email, because I want to hear from you. And also, I just want to know thank you, because this is not so much about me educating you. This is a relationship that we've been building. You have allowed me to walk alongside of you. And now you're letting me be human too. So thank you so much for giving me the space to return stronger, wiser, and more present for you. And I'll see you live on Thursdays until we meet back here again fully on August 18th. Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode. Are you following me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube? You can find me at Kerry McAvoy PhD, or you can learn more about me and my resources such as the Toxic Free Relationship Club at kerrymcavoyphd.com. And I'll see you back here next week.